This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Commerce City, Colorado. I'm here at C.W.S Colorado. Since 2004, these concrete washout systems have been providing an environmentally safe collection and recycling of water and solids across construction sites here in Colorado. I'm here with Jack and Rich. Thanks, guys, so much for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about yourself, Rich. Share with me, if you will, of how it is you got involved in this line of work.
Well, we used to have a construction roll-off company that was providing services throughout the metropolitan area. And I had some small containers I didn't know what else to do with, so I happened to be skiing with a buddy of mine who owned a ready-mix company. And he said, we need small containers for a concrete washout. It had become a bigger issue in the construction industry in Colorado. So we kind of got into that. At the same time, we were at a national trade show and ran into a company called Concrete Washout Systems, Inc. out of California. It's an environmental service, comes from California. So we signed up as a licensee of that company as C.W.S Colorado, LLC.
Wow. I mean, let me ask you this. Obviously, we've got construction projects going on all across the city here. One of the materials that we always use is that of concrete. Well, basically the foundation of almost any project out there. You could almost say this material has stood the test of time. Tell me why you think that's so with concrete.
Well, concrete is an important product used in the construction industry and building things. And one thing most people don't realize is that the concrete washout water, the water that comes off the project itself, has a very high pH, which makes it as detrimental to the environment as though you were pouring Drano into the environment. So we've determined that it's a service we can provide to our customers. We like to say our marketing department is a federal EPA, and the Clean Water Act of 1972 has mandated that this type of construction byproduct cannot be poured into the environment because it's very detrimental to any living organism. It'll kill fish, plants, anything.
So not only is concrete messy to work with, but the fact that it actually can be dangerous for our environment. The services that you provide, do you fall safely within the regulations of the local area here?
Yes, we not only fall into the local oversight, which is the Department of Health in the state of Colorado, but we're also in compliance with all of the federal EPA rules and regulations. We're the only company in our industry, the concrete washout industry, that is permitted by the federal EPA and the our local water department, South Adams County Water and Sanitation District, to provide services like this. We're the only ones that totally recycle the water and the solids.
These are patented roll-off containers that basically you're using here. Obviously, they're safe, they're reliable, and at the same time, it's a green product because you're actually recycling here.
It's very green. In fact, several very valuable LEEDs points are awarded for the recycling of the product, of the byproduct itself, and we provide that service to our customers.
These systems are obviously built for heavy-duty use out in the location there, and also at the same time, I would imagine pretty high capacity. Tell me about that.
Well, our containers have a capacity of 5.5 cubic yards, and we find that about half of that will be water, and half of that are the solids that are in the concrete mix, the aggregate, sand and gravel, things like that. And the sand and gravel is recycled to be used as road base. The water we treat ourselves here at our facility and turn that back into the South Adams County Water Sanitation District to replenish their water supplies.
So these systems, basically, they accommodate the mixer trucks out there. They're accommodating the pump trucks out there, pretty much any type of project there.
That's right. We provide most of our containers. The customers will be the general contractors of a big project. The reason we work with the general contractors is that there are several different contractors, subcontractors within the project that will all utilize our containers. There'll be flat work people, there'll be foundation people, walls, driveways, all that. May have different contractors, but we work with the general contractor, so they all have one source for their removing of their washout product.
Let me ask you, Jack, back in the day before this solution became possible here, I mean, they basically were using pieces of plastic. We're talking about anything they could prop up, be it hay bales or you name it. They're trying to clean it up there. Is that kind of what they did back then?
Basically, no. It was basically going right into the soil and the earth itself. And eventually it would feed its way down into the water tables. And with this pH being as high as it is, it kills the soil. not only the aquatic life, like Rich said, but it kills the soil. And in order, when you do a subdivision, if you had a washout in your yard, you're not going to grow any you're not going to be able to grow any grass because that soil is dead.
Interesting. I mean, like you say, these systems, they come in different sizes depending on the project there. This is something that the larger projects, they can handle up to, what, 3 dozen mixer trucks, a couple pump systems. That's pretty impressive.
Well, it generates a lot of byproduct, and we put out containers. We may have multiple containers on one site, or we may have several of them throughout the whole project. Like when we're going up and down the 225 Fast Tracks project, we had as many as 10 or 12 containers on that project. Now, our containers are large enough that they will handle a big pour, and if we have a huge pour, we'll even send out our vacuum truck to pump the water off of the containers, so it gives them extra capacity.
These systems were created by really a veteran in this industry, somebody who basically was a contractor himself when it comes to concrete. You've got basically the ramp version. You also have an unramped version, so if you're working in a little bit tighter areas, those have to be pretty useful for people depending on the project.
Well, the ramps themselves are designed so that the pump trucks can back up and wash out into our containers. We find that in some areas they are limited in space. We'll put out the rampless containers. They take up less space, but they still have the same capacity.
These have to be pretty powerful portable vacuums, I would say, that are actually sucking this out. What happens to the water once you get it on this end? Is it treated on this end and recycled as well?
All the water is brought back to our facility where we treat the water and reduce the pH and take out all the solids, the total suspended solids in the water itself, and then we discharge it to the South Adams County Water and Sanitation District.
Wonderful. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. First of all, on the website, you can take a look at the services they provide out there for you. You can also take a look at some of the photos they have. They've won many awards as well as endorsements. This is really something that's been a problem in this industry for many years, and we now have a solution not only here in Colorado, but soon expanded around nationwide as well. Let me ask you this. This is a powerful solution that has come together here, possibly something that's plagued this industry for many years, not only the folks, but also the regulators. What has been the response out there of people that have used your services?
We've been heartened by increasing appreciation of the service that we provide by the general contractors themselves, by the environmentalists around the country, and particularly in Colorado. Colorado is thought to be a very pristine and clean state. But we find that the enforcement of these types of regulations and rules has been somewhat lax because many people didn't know it was available. When we started in 2004, it was a brand new service and nobody knew about. But every year we've grown dramatically each year, and each year we added new equipment, new containers, new trucks, and we're now able to meet the demands of the marketplace even as it grows.
Jack, let me ask you, folks out there basically who have never tried your services before, maybe they're doing it the old way, maybe it's got to be kind of labor intensive to set it up and do it like they used to do it, and yet it's not really a profitable situation. Does this actually help the bottom line on a lot of companies when they're able to use something as efficient as your systems?
That's one of the benefits that we've become to know with the contractors, and the contractors have really started to appreciate more, is the fact how portable these systems are. Where before they would have to dig out the pit, reclaim the hard solid waste in there, and then bury the pit back up. Now they just call us, we come over, pick it up, move it down, set it down wherever they want to set it down at.
Wow, we're talking about a really turnkey solution, something very easy for folks to give a call to. You come out, get the job done regardless of the project size. Wonderful. Viewers, last time, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. They got the contact information on there as well. You can take a look at the different services. Also check out the testimonials tab, and you'll find out that not only the regulators out there are loving this company, but also you're going to find also that the actual contractors out there are understanding that this is really an easy solution to take care of something that has been plaguing the industry for some time. Once again, that is Concrete Washout Systems, C.W.S Colorado, located right here in Commerce City. This is Gary Atensa with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.